right, next game.
My turn. No, I get to pick them out of my game.
I don't want
What
it.
am I doing?
I don't want it.
No one wants it.
We should know.
This
like
game is pretty awful, actually.
I don't like it.
It's called
terrible.
Black Site Area 51. And
Oh, it's by Midway. Midway's later game sucked.
Midway.
Yeah,
that's perfect example.
Yeah, Spy Hunter was their last good game. No, this one is a spiritual successor. It's not the official sequel, but it's a spiritual successor to Area 51 for the PS2 and the Xbox.
Which was the best game ever.
That game was amazing.
That game was fantastic.
That was the best first-person shooter game I've ever
One thing
played.
you need to know about Area 51 to go out, find it, and buy it, the main voice is David Duchovny. And he does a fantastic job. He was from X-Files, if you guys don't know.
Oh, like the main guy.
He was Mulder, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he does a great job in this game. His voice is like kind of gravelly.
Yeah.
So for the character, sounding like he's got a lot of regret, and it's just kind of like, I forgot
a depressive.
Yeah, kind of just like sad.
So Gearbox
and,
has
guilt
forever.
A guilt, yeah.
Oh yeah, this one was Midway. This was all Midway. Doesn't appear that anyone really had much to do with it other than Midway and AI Implants. I don't know what that is there. But
so unknown.
This game tries to be Call of Duty, but with aliens, and it fails. Or maybe the fact is that it succeeded, and that's why it was so boring. But
yeah, true.
The problem,
Either way, you lost.
I think Jordan and I both have played through it. Have you played through this game?
No, I haven't even touched it.
I haven't touched
The problem I had with
it
is that every single aspect you can think of, even the graphics, the voice acting, the storyline, game length, and gameplay, were all so mediocre that there's nothing attractive about it.
It was such a bland black and white game.
It's like, it's not memorable.
That's how it feels.
My wife's dead. Oh, whose isn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get,
I don't give a fuck about
the storyline is like aliens invade Earth.
Ooh.
Duh. And one guy...
You get that one teammate who just doesn't like you?
Actually, kind of. Yeah, no, you get the black guy. You get the black guy as your teammate, and you get the fat, takes no shit white guy. That's always like, I'm not okay with this. You're a Marine. You know, that kind of thing. But anyway, the storyline goes like, I'm going to ruin this for everyone. Don't play it. There's one guy named Summers who's with you in Iraq when you first investigate.
His best friend's Jar Jar Binks.
Shut up. When you're investigating the alien thing, you think he dies, and then later in the game, he's back, magically. And he's like, oh, I've seen some shit, man. And
I seen some shit.
Right as he came back,
Sorry, go on.
Right as he comes back, the first thing I thought of myself, he's gonna end up turning on you, and then later in the game, he's with
and there it went. Yeah,
and exactly.
Don't you hate that?
That's
you
exactly
can call
what
it
happened.
from the beginning.
And he was like, you don't know what I've seen. We're on the wrong side. I'm like, oh my god. And shut up! And the most insulting part is the final battle was one of those where it takes more effort to get to him than it does to kill him.
Yeah.
Because he's just running around
basically the Riddler,
dropping grenades. He was the Riddler.
He was the
whole time. No, he like there's this like it's shitty because he's surrounded by a shield. It's got 4 shield generators. You got to take out the generators.
I bet JFK wish he had that.
And there's like this laser going around. If you get hit by the laser, you die instantly. Okay. And so you got to go around and get all the shield generators. It's like after done with that, it's just shoot him until he stops talking, which he does a lot. And but luckily it's a short game.
Thank God.
It was depressing.
It did interest me at first because I was like, this has got to be like Area 51. I was like, this should be sweet.
It's like they know all the things they did right with Area 51.
I was interested in it too.
Do that again.
And then I played the demo. I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah,
it's so mediocre.
That was Area 51 was an old ass game, and I'll admit, me and Nicole used to play it, and it scared the shit out of us a few times.
Even the balls were moments.
The part where you see the giant thing smash your teammate against the window.
That was awesome.
Holy shit!
What's his name? Crispy?
No, Crispy got his head cut off.
Crispy
yeah. I was just, as soon as he died, me and Nicole was like, Crispy just got cream.
Alright, then we can end it at that. I would honestly pick that up in a 99-cent bin.
99 cents to $3 because it's not worth
I probably
playing.
wouldn't even use that.
At least Assassin's Creed. At least Assassin's Creed has like the reputation. No, the reputation.
The reputation alone is enough to pay
where
$5,
you
$10.
have to have said to your friends, at least I've played it. But this one, no one even knows about this game because it sucks.
You can skip over it.
Go to get Area 51, boot up your PS2, thank me later.
Alright, check please.
I think I'm going to follow you because I haven't played Area 51.
Really? I'll let you rent it. I'll let you borrow it. It's an amazing
game. Yeah, for the Xbox,
that is the first.
Wait, do you have the Xbox version?
No, PS2.
Alright, well, I can still play it.
Oh yeah, find it yourself. That's amazing.
Well, I'll rip it out of my computer because my disk drive doesn't work, so just rip it and
do the hard
network.
Drive. Anyway, the reason I have all these and we're talking about them now is because I've been playing these all in a row because I'm tired of having games that I haven't beaten. but whatever.
Now we tell you the storyline after 20 minutes.
Well, they're already dedicated after this. Yeah. But I was really happy to go.
Good for you if you stuck around this long.
Black site to this game, it's Blur, which is a racing game, which put me off when I first heard of it. But it's like Mario Kart for adults, and it's
really. You mean Mario drives around saying "motherfucker"?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember the commercial for this game. It was a Mario Kart.
Yeah, it's a commercial.
Yeah.
I remember that. They're like standing by a gate or something.
Yeah, and they're just driving around with bubbles and stuff, and then these two characters standing by the gate watching these cars go by fast and exploding. And it's true. It's like
why can't we do that?
But for adults, they have a bunch of.
It's like a low-tech Wipeout. Remember Wipeout? They're like
Wipeout. Basically, it's a bunch of mini games to where you screw yourself up.
Oh,
it's like
my toy.
It's like a kind of futuristic racing game. It's got almost like a copy of it.
I was thinking of I was thinking about the one in your wreck.
Oh no. Like
no, not Full Auto.
Burnout?
No, not Burnout either.
Stuntman?
I do like Stuntman.
Are you talking about that one where you purposely wreck your car and fling your guy?
No. Wipeout is a futuristic racer.
That's what I was talking
about. It's hover car, everything.
Okay.
But the weapons in that are almost carbon copied. Completely.
Right down to the F-Zero booster.
Almost everything they have in that is a Wipeout weapon. Practically, yeah. I played a little bit of the demo. A lot of the weapons are Wipeout weapons.
They're so
but it's good. It's a win. It's a winning. It's a winning.
Yeah,
thing.
Blur.
Winning combination.
I played the demo, and Blur is just a solid, fun racer.
And you played against me, and I kicked your ass.
I beat you once.
It's true.
Once or twice. Twice. I know definitely
idea
once.
Real quick. At the end of this, we should review Smash because we can.
Okay. Anyway,
newsflash.
But yeah, the one thing I like about this is it's very solid in atmosphere, in that all of the weapons, when you use them, it feels powerful.
Yeah,
it
feels
you feel like you're kicking their ass. Down from this cloud.
Yeah.
Is everything you say some sort of non sequitur reference?
Yeah. My girlfriend left because I make too many Linkin Park references. But in the end, it
didn't even matter. Anyway, and one thing I remember is the barge. I always want to call it the shunt. I don't know why, but the barge
sounds better.
Where you push people out of your way. When you do that, it's a very like a sound wave sort of thing, and it shakes the whole. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's just such a really cool, fun racer.
Oh yeah, it's really worth playing. And if you're into this kind of thing, I don't, but I noticed there's a huge variety of real existing cars. You can pick from a Ford F-150. You can pick a Camaro. The Rat Camaro is the best car in the game. Just letting you know. You can pick from a bunch of Nissan. A lot of car companies chipped into this, and it's really great.
Yeah.
Now, there's another racing game that's similar to Blur, though.
Mario Kart.
I think we already established it's Mario.
Don't even get started.
Yeah, just not get started on
oddly enough, for the company who made it, it was a really fun racing game. It's a more recent racing game.
I know what you're talking about. It's Split Second.
Yeah.
I was going to get onto that. I was like, that is my favorite game.
Where you use the environment?
Yeah, the environment.
The best moment.
Really fun.
The best moment in Split Seconds when the guy's ahead of you and you have your thing pulled up to where you can fuck up the environment real bad, and you're like, airplane. And it's just. I'm like, yeah!
Hey, I was playing once in one of the races. I'm in first place, and all of a sudden, it's like environment activated, or whatever it says, and the plane just starts coming at me. I'm like, no.
Fuck.
And it's like I move out of the way, and then the wing just starts to tilt.
This plane is trying to
fuck for me.
Terrified.
The one thing I didn't like about Blur, and this happens in a lot of games,
is when you're not in first place.
Is when you're not in first place.
Right. Yeah.
When you get hit by a blue shell in this game, they do have blue shells in this game. Kinda. It's the electricity bolt.
Yeah.
And it's blue. And it goes way out in front.
It doesn't make you small.
Which is upsetting.
It should. That'd be freaky as hell.
Yeah.
But what I don't like about this game is it has easy final boss syndrome. Happens to a lot of games, so I call it that. I think it's actually a troll.
I can admit BioShock, the first BioShock had easy boss syndrome.
I have to disagree. Honestly.
Oh my
I thought
God.
that Power to Frank Fontaine it wasn't hard, but it wasn't to the point where you're like, that was just too easy. I didn't feel that.
I personally did, but I guess that was just me.
Yeah,
I'm not crazy about that game.
That's kind of the thing lately, though.
Yeah,
easy boss, it takes forever to get you, and you're pumped, and you're like, Oh, Darksiders 2.
The first
Same.
Darksiders as well.
Yeah.
Abaddon was easy.
You beat the first Darksiders?
I actually...
No, but like the Guardian, he's monument. He's the biggest boss I've ever fought against. He's seriously gigantic.
Easy boss syndrome.
And seriously, yeah, like he'll.
Oh, look,
you shoot his, yeah, he's got like bombs on his arm. You shoot him.
That's something I didn't like about Darksiders.
I'm like,
is that there were some.
He was beautiful. Though.
I think the hardest boss for me to figure out was probably the one right before Abaddon, the Destroyer.
Yeah.
He was tough.
The dragon thing of
no. I'm talking about the guy who was in the lava pit who was just smashing the hammer and wiping it in that end of the first Darksiders.
I think
he raised up his hammer and held it, and there was a Voidwalker portal thing right there, and you had to get on his back and shove it.
Oh yeah.
He was the hardest for me because I didn't understand what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And when he hit me, I didn't know how to dodge it.
Our Darksiders is close.
Sorry.
But
anyway, with Blur,
talking about easy boss syndrome real quick, just my input.
Okay.
Older game, but I recently beat Castlevania: Curse of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Boss right before Dracula is Death. Death gave me a hell of a time.
He gives a lot of people a hell of a time.
Yeah, he does.
That's just kind of
He's
dead. My grandparents.
But I finally beat Death, and like you don't heal. You fight 3 bosses in a row. Well, no, actually you fight 2, and then you get to heal right before Dracula.
Arena mode.
Ooh. Well, there is an arena mode actually. But anyway,
and most good games have.
I get to Dracula. I get to Dracula, and he's all like, I'm the baddest of them all, you know? Can't take me.
Whip, I'm a tip.
So, I beat him the first time. He's like, well, now I'm just going to transform into a demon. And he starts throwing shit at me. I'm like, dodge, hit. Why the fuck are you dead already?
Get up, bitch! Come on, I'm done.
This one, the first... Every section of the game ends with a one-on-one against the person you're challenging. And they're actually pretty tough. Because they have a specific thing about them. Like, I remember one guy, he's a really big guy, and he has a Hummer, and you're supposed to... Beating him is really hard by racing. You're supposed to destroy him first. And that's what I did. I didn't realize that's why I lost. But anyway, the first person you beat in the first one, it's supposed to be like the easy one, getting you acclimated, and I like that. Her name is Shannon, and she's pretty much a bitch. You know, you can beat her pretty easy. And then you go through all the rest of them. They get harder and harder, and the last one you beat is Shannon again. It's a rematch, and I like that when games do that, when they bring back the first part of the game. Like, I'm better now. But that only works when you actually make the race harder. Gary Oaks.
Yeah, it was Gary.
Yeah.
Gary Oak. I mean,
Dix Oak.
Dix Oak. Probably
Dix Oak. Yeah. We're not talking who's Gary. It's Dix Oak.
It's Dix Oak. But that only works when you make the actual boss harder. With Shannon, it was just as easy as the first time, but I was better at the game by then. And and every time you have to beat someone before you can go on one-on-one, you got to beat a certain number of challenges in that section. One of them was you had to do one entire lap at 120 miles an hour or over.
Yikes!
And I was like,
"What the fuck? This isn't speed, bitch!"
So what I did is at the very beginning, I backed up behind the start line enough so that I could reach 120 before I hit the start line, and then just do the whole lap at 120 because there was no one to face because they were all ahead of me, and and I still got like 3rd place. But yeah, that was kind of bullshit. But other than that, it's not. You're not going to get a good story, but they don't even.
It's a good racer.
Yeah, solid racer, really fun.
Unless you have enough money to get split second.
Or get both. Honestly,
because if you just have a racing streak, just get both.
Yeah, I love this
really
game.
picky about racing games, and this one was enjoyable.
Honestly, the only racing game I can go on and on about.
Guys, you hear about that new Madden 2013?
You get
the only 3 racing games I'll play often are Blur, Burnout 3, Takedown, and Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 for the PS2.
Alright.
Because those are all phenomenal games in their own right.
Need for Speed anything.
Yeah, with me, it's Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Burnout's really good.
Demolition Racer,
anything after
and Gran Turismo 2.
When they took out Road Rage, then it got shit.
Stuntman was good too, but like it was okay. It doesn't count as a racer, really.
No, it's not.
It's just fun.
It's a checkpoint game.
Yeah, you just blow shit up.
It was fun because the result was worth it.
Yeah, like you get done, you're like, oh, that's awesome. I did that shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that
for Blur. I'd probably pay $16 for it. I mean, not as an insult how cheap, but racing games.
Yeah. I get bored with racing. I'd say 10. I get bored.
I'd say about between 15 to 20. It's not. It's worth it if you want to buy it, and especially if you like racing games. But even if you don't, 15, 20, I'd pick it up. Because it's good, and with friends it's fun. Because they've got a versus mode that has some really well-designed tracks. Only for that, the tracks are well-designed, I think. So that's good.
I wouldn't mind giving up a seat, because I'm kind of standing for a while.
I've got to sit down, guys. They're my games.
Thanks, Justin.
No, I think we can all agree. Mario Kart went downhill from Double Dash to Wii.
Yeah, the Wii version was bad. Double Dash was godly.
Double Dash was amazing.
I want.
Anyway, we're down. Next game.
Yeah, this is fun.
Everyone else seemed to like it more than I did. Bulletstorm.
Kick, float in air, shoot to death.
What's not to love?
I will agree that all the cool kills that you can do, all the points, it was cool. But I started getting really bored after a while. Just kick. Okay, kick.
Even that,
anything leads into the kick or the environmental kills. Wolverine. He does Wolverine in everything.
Come on, guys. And he's got the sideburns in the game.
Yeah, it's Wolverine.
And he has that cyborg partner who hates him.
Ishii. Yeah, I loved how cryptic he was when you first save him. How every time you had a quip, he was like, death and destruction. It was really funny. But anyway,
just get out.
Also, when the I can't remember what they're called, but like the beastie ones where they had the bulbous things on them that you had to shoot to kill them.
Yeah.
When they came about, like literally every kill I made with them was the voodoo kill because they gave you spikes.
Yep.
All the time. And it was like, at least
voodoo, bitch.
We're getting there. We're close. That was the best part of that game, oddly enough, was the intro.
My favorite part of Bulletstorm is the Disco Inferno part.
I love the classics. I like it when they do it in Futurama sometimes, and any game or anything that takes place in the future, where they'll refer to a song we know now as a classic. I always love that. I was like, this is classical music. Clever. Yeah. I don't know why. It's a stupid joke.
Just that part. It's like, I could drink beer and shoot enemies while listening to Disco Inferno.
That was fun. That was cool. But like the overall, the game was really fun. It was pretty long. It had a decent length.
You could see the parts of the game. Okay, there's people can fly. I'm not incorrect in thinking they made Painkiller, didn't they?
They definitely contributed to.
They were Painkiller.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure it was.
I loved Painkiller.
Max Payne always takes Painkillers.
You can see all the things that Painkiller did right. Or sorry, People Can Fly did right, and then you can feel the things that Epic did wrong. They tried to make it realistic and gritty. They tried to do that Gears of War thing, and I think it kind of meshed with it badly.
Yeah,
and
I kind of think they went with kind
of like how Quantum Conundrum.
Epic
was trying to be Portal.
I think they went to team up with Epic just so they could use the Unreal Engine, though. I think that they kind of just wanted the ability to use the Unreal Engine without going through a bunch of hell.
I think any game that tries to become a Gears of War copy is destined to fail. Because I said Quantum Theory.
Quantum Theory
fucking
tried so
Oh my god!
It was Quantum Theory was like, all right, let's
okay, Gears of War.
All right,
let's go from there.
Let's just retexture everything.
We're gonna start with the core.
Cool.
Yeah, Quantum Theory was like, let's be Gears of War, but not Gears of War. Let's take everything Gears of War had and
then shit on it.
Yeah.
There are examples of that being good, though. Portal was Narbacular Drop was the game that came before Portal. That they took the team that made it and put them in Valve, and they helped them with it. But every concept in Portal that mechanic-wise was in Narbacular Drop. It was the same game.
Okay.
But it was different.
There are good ones.
But yeah,
like, there's some where just like...
But honestly, I don't even like Gears because I hate cover-based combat. I think that and this game had it, Black Site had it.
I loved Gears.
There are very few games that have it that I actually like, and that's regenerative health. Regenerative health. Because I think it stops the game too much. Because when you heal by not playing, I think that's a downfall. Because it's boring. It's great.
Dirty.
But that's one game. When I played through both my Call of Duties, that's one thing I hated is that it felt like I could have done. I could have done this a little bit quicker had I not had to stop and wait so many times.
It would have been a health pack
my first aid kit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I like about old shooters is that they have health packs.
Yeah.
And Rage did it too. So,
That, like, yeah, I have to admit, like, Call of Duty 1, you walk into an area, you pass a health pack, but you're like, I don't need it. And then you start getting shot, and you're like,
I need it!
Yeah, you need the air.
But Bulletstorm, I thought it was cool characters, cool.
Basically, it gets annoying.
I liked it. I liked it more than I didn't like it. I liked it. It was above average.
Yeah, it was definitely. If you haven't gotten it already, because most people already have it, but if you haven't gotten it already, I would suggest picking it up because it is a wild ride. It's fun.
Yep.
I like the best part I liked was the simulator part with the giant dinosaur thing and the little tiny
yes,
city.
that was cool.
Fun.
That was cool.
I like that part.
Yeah, it was just a cool, fun shooter. It was definitely worth it. I would probably pay. I'd pay like $30 for it.
I would honestly put like 20, 25 maybe because it got too.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'd say about 15 because
Also,
it seems pretty generic to me. Like I don't know. It seems
I wouldn't. I personally
it has a
wouldn't call
lot
generic.
of stuff that is generic in it, but at the same time, it adds something of its own.
Yeah,
it's like after you spend,
Wolverine.
After you spend so much time eating a bunch of the same cupcake, if you get one that has better icing, it's like that. It's prettier, it feels better, but you can tell.
But it's still the same.
But you can tell it's still the same cupcake. But
the also thing is
the
the whole reason that the trick shots were worth it was because it gave you those experience points that you could buy upgrades and stuff.
Yeah.
You know how many times I upgraded any of my anything?
No.
Never. The only time
ever.
I don't think I ever upgraded anything.
I upgraded my Magnum. That was my main gun. I loved the Magnum.
I just used the machine gun and the shotgun. That was all I used.
Like
Very
kick
generic.
things.
Yep.
So
yeah,
it was
kick things.
pistol.
Yeah.
Where would you go? Where would you go?
With a lasso. Who you running to? Who you running to? Who you gonna run into me? It was my foot.
Oh, okay. Anyway, and so like I felt like the only time whenever I saw a drop kit, I would lasso it, refill all my ammo, max out the ammo if I hadn't already, and then that was it. And I went through the whole game like that. I didn't feel any amount of challenge. Because I didn't.
You didn't feel anything. It wasn't Doom. So
you didn't feel the need to complete challenges and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't. I saw all those challenge ones. I was like,
I don't even fucking. I think the only game I actually went out of my way to do everything was Batman. That's it. That's the only game.
It's worth it. It is worth it.
It gives you a payoff.
That is for your game collection.
You're right.
Yeah.
We'll get there
sometime. All right. Next game.
My game collection's gonna be.
Goody.
Should we just do both at the same time?
Because they're the same game. So yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Thank God we can get them out of the way.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 3 and Call of Duty 4. Now, I bought these. I bought Call of Duty 4 because it was pretty much free. Because it was the Black Friday sale, buy two get one free.
Right.
I bought two. I had bought in 5. I needed another one to get that one. I could get another one free. There were no other used games I wanted.
Yeah.
So I was like, might as well get it just to get it because honestly, Modern Warfare was probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, the first Modern Warfare Call of Duty 4 was good. It was.
Yeah, at least it wasn't.
Admit.
There weren't people online who were overpowered.
Yeah, it was solid. It was cool.
Relatively balanced, and it was okay. I wouldn't even really call it good personally.
Okay.
Because it had some good parts.
Nowadays, nowadays I only pay about $10 for it.
Yeah, but we're not there yet. And then Call of Duty 3 I got because before I had to play through the whole thing, I liked it. Because it felt old school, and I like that. So
that was the first one that they actually used regeneration, if I'm correct.
Call of Duty 2.
So. Call of Duty 2
was one of my favorites.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, Call of Duty 2 was fantastic.
I'm just so allergic to any type of war game. I've tried.
You might as well not.
Just don't go for it.
War games, man.
War games.
If someone holds a gun to your head and says you need to buy a game, a Call of Duty game, I'd say either get 2 or World at War. Those were
World at War was really good.
It was actually pretty atmospheric. I use that word a lot. I probably shouldn't because I don't even know if I'm using it right. But it was like JonTron. It just felt suspenseful when it should have.
Right,
I like that.
When it actually introduced Nazi zombies for the first time, it was actually really kind of creepy.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't just like
and it was like survival horror. Really.
Yeah. But I would Call of Duty 4, I thought that it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. It was nice. Call of Duty 3, I also really liked a lot. It was not as good as 2. I think they actually kind of downgraded when they went from 2 to 3. Yeah, they dumbed it down.
They keep dumbing it down. They're just going down further.
I want to talk about Call of Duty 4 next, but Call of Duty 3, I have many complaints about this game.
Bullet points. Go.
Wait, what about Mech Wars and Black Ops 2? They have mechs.
I don't want to though. I don't want to like a Black Ops. I don't want to like a Call of Duty game past Modern Warfare because like they just.
I enjoyed Black Ops. I'm just gonna say I enjoyed Black Ops, but I would not buy Black Ops.
It seems so.
I can honestly say, I loved. I can go that far to saying love.
Really?
I loved Black Ops.
Well,
yes, I did.
Anyway,
it was a revival for it.
Yeah.
Right.
What I disliked about this game, one thing, the checkpoints were very, very spaced out to the point where you would get close to the end of a checkpoint and then you die and you have to do the whole thing again, and it doesn't even feel worth it. There's the AI who had a really bad habit of riding up on your ass so that if you got shot, you couldn't back up because they were all behind you.
And then you're like, oops.
It was glitchy to the point where if I go prone, sometimes it throws you. I don't know why. I don't even know physically how that would happen in a game's code. But when you go prone sometimes in Call of Duty 3, it'll fling you out in the open and you'll die because they'll shoot you. You know?
Talking about checkpoints in Call of Duty. What I loved about Big Red One for the game.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Big Red came in
you could continuously run forward. If you hit a checkpoint, suddenly the enemy that killed you is gone.
Yeah. But there was that, and the last mission in this game was bullshit.
Was the one with all the tanks?
With all the tanks, where you could literally get killed at any point and have to do the whole thing over again. It was random chance that you wouldn't get shot by a tank. And it's just, when I beat it, I was like, thank fucking God. I seriously had to do the last mission at least 10 times, and it's not worth it. It doesn't. When I was done, I didn't feel satisfied. I felt like I was done. It
felt like it was a chore. Yeah. You don't want to feel it. You don't want to be like, oh my God, thank God that beat that game.
Call of Duty 3 was a chore. It was just so. Even the parts that weren't specifically bad were still kind of boring. It was
two completely obliterated that game in every way.
1 and 2 were both really good.
Yeah.
World at War was also really good, and then past that, I haven't played one that I would call.
Modern Warfare 2 sucked. Modern Warfare 3 sucked.
Yeah, I haven't actually played.
Black Ops lets you shoot somebody who dresses as Castro. I just wish they would let you shoot Adolf Hitler.
That's true.
It's a fictional game.
At least there's a DLC for Sniper Elite V2 where you can shoot Hitler.
Awesome.
I like
that. Fantastic. Yeah.
The end of the main game of Wolfenstein 3D, you kill Mecha Hitler. Game over.
Oh my God!
Can we not make World War II games now? Thank you.
They based the Hall of Heads, I believe.
Wolfenstein I liked. I played some of Wolfenstein.
Wait,
I did like Wolfenstein.
What are we talking about? Wolfenstein by Raven or Wolfenstein 3D by id Software? Because Wolfenstein by Raven was a disgrace.
Or Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Return to Castle Wolfenstein was amazing.
I don't know.
Yes, Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Like 2009 Xbox 360?
Yes, I think so.
That game was awful.
I liked it.
I liked it.
You guys don't understand.
I play on older ones, so I can't
There's
say
that, and when you're such a big fan of id Software, you start to expect things from their IPs.
No,
Wolfenstein 2009 didn't stand up because it was too boring. I didn't think it was fun. Return to Castle Wolfenstein was great because it was fast paced. Your heart was pumping.
Wasn't it a 3D shooter as well? And it wasn't really. There's like really creepy parts. And
there were some toward the end when you got toward.
Yeah, wasn't there a whole room full of like
undead things?
When they all come at you, it's scary.
That was scary.
And then before that, when you're just in the towns, in the occupied Nazi towns fighting just Nazis, it was heart pumping because like you don't know where they're gonna be, and like there's one part I remember in a bar where you hear them singing because they're drunk, and you're like you gotta sneak up on them, you gotta shoot them, like stealthy. And I like that, but it just Wolfenstein didn't have that. It was just kind of there. It was just it didn't.
There's an enemy. There's another enemy.
And I didn't think it was worth it. It was just like, nah. I was very disappointed. Very. The old ones were fun, not as fun as Doom, but still fun. Yeah. Because it's just like Doom in that same sense that you run, shoot, and it's satisfying.
Yeah.
Because they yell German.
It gave you a nice soundtrack to listen to.
So damn Call of Duties.
Anyway, yes, damn Call of Duties. Call of Duty 4. Better than Call of Duty 3 for sure. We can put that back.
Playing it so.
Call of Duty 4 was better than 3, and 2 was better than 3. 3 was just very bland.
I wouldn't pay 99 cents for either, to be totally honest.
That's because you don't.
I have to be honest. Call of Duty 4, I love the training mission right at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
Was that the one where you have to run the?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I like that.
Thing, yeah.
I think my favorite part of Call of Duty 4 was when you were in Chernobyl. I like that because
that's pretty cool.
Chernobyl has always been a subject of interest to me. I've always liked it. I like reading about it, looking at the pictures, and they did a really good job.
Why we saw Metro 2033.
Have you ever played soccer?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I love that game.
That game's like hard as hell, though.
Yes, and I think when I use this word, I'm using it correctly for soccer. Is atmospheric. I think.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. It felt creepy at the right times, and the Chernobyl Diaries was a shit.
The first guy who gives you missions though always kind of reminds me of the most interesting man.
Oh, you mean the traitor?
Yeah.
Or the
the guy who's like good hunting stuff.
Yeah, that's the traitor.
Yeah, it just reminds me. I don't always give missions. Dude,
they suck.
At the end, my brother beat that game, and he made sure to get all the endings too. They're like 7. But at the end, there's one part where you're randomly teleporting different parts in the game, and I always remember this line. I was watching him play it, and like it takes you to like different parts you've been. It's very cool seeing all these different parts you just randomly teleport. And there's one part where you teleport right in front of the traitor while he's doing something. He looks up, he's like, "Marked 1? What the hell?" And then you teleport back out. I always remember that one. Every time he calls you Marked 1 in that game, I'm like, "Marked 1? What the hell?" It's just like... But anyway. The Chernobyl in this game was actually... It seemed pretty accurate to the actual area. And they let you explore it a little bit. You go through the hotels. You get chased by a bear. No, I'm just kidding. That was the movie. And I liked how they made the end of it, the ending standoff, right by the Ferris wheel. Because that's like a big iconic part.
Yeah.
And so I liked that. And of course, I told Jordan this the other day, is that the ending of Call of Duty 4, the last 2 missions, the countdown timer mission, and then on the bridge, were really suspenseful to me. I actually thought that
I like the airplane at the end, too.
Like, that special mission where you're on the airplane.
Yeah, I was confused.
That was cool.
What was that supposed to be?
I think it was just a bonus mission.
Just nothing?
Yeah.
I liked it because I didn't get hit once. I played through it and I didn't get hit once.
But that was a very atmospheric mission, too, because the airplane's going down.
Yeah. But the problem with that is it had no context. So I was like, why am I doing this?
What am I doing here?
All around, Call of Duty 4 was just pretty good.
Yeah. Just the ending on the bridge, just the entire... It was very suspenseful.
I'd say, I really did enjoy it.
Yeah, I would say $20 for Call of Duty 4, and then I'd say like $9.99 for Call of Duty 3.
I would say like 15, maybe 10, 15 for Call of Duty 4. For Call of Duty 3, I would say 5. I wouldn't go any further than that because there are other options that are so much better.
Like Call of Duty 2.
Call of Duty 2 is
like
the same game.
Medal
I actually haven't even played. I haven't even played Medal of Honor again.
Everyone I've ever played, I felt like I was just...
Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Loved it.
Radiant Dawn. So,
next
game. Yeah, this is going to be me complaining about a game for about 5 minutes.
I've never
this is going to go by really quick.
No one's played this. Chrome Hounds. I'll go really quick, okay? It's a game...
I remember, you bought that one. Was I with you when you bought that?
Yeah, look, the price says $3. It was $3.
It was not worth $4. It's $3.99. It was not worth it. This game tries so much to do so well, and it fails. It's a mech game, which itself is a great concept. I love mech combat. It's a mech game. You play in a mech, you shoot other mechs in little tanks. It's really cool in that concept. It's long. There are a bunch of different missions you can pick from, and the combat is shitty. The actual style of it, you have 4 different firing modes that fire 4 different weapons: rockets, long shots, swarm missiles that are short range. And there's some amount of strategy in that. You gotta choose which ones to use so you don't waste them. You can use them for later. That's great. The problem is all the maps are huge, and you walk really, really slowly, and it makes the entire game not worth playing because it's so
2 hours
boring.
to get to the next mission.
And the combat is short, which would be fine. It makes sense. You got rockets. You're not going to be lasting very long, no matter what you're in against giant rockets that explode on you. But it would be fine if there were less time in between each.
If they make it a lot more compact, a lot more quick action.
After the first mission, I was like, this is so horrible. This is awful. This actually hurts to play. I would not even... Chrome Hounds, don't even consider it. It sounds cool. The back makes it look cool, and it does look okay. Actually, the graphics remind me a lot of Ghost Recon for the PS2, and so which is not very good. And it's just... It's not worth it. Don't play it. Don't even... If you're at a friend's house and they have it, don't play it there.
Burn it.
Burn it.
Fire.
It's a piece of shit. I don't even know why I still have it.
Save your friends.
Save them.
Yeah. I kid you not, is my least favorite game that I own. It's terrible. It's an awful game. I didn't beat it. I don't want to beat it. And it's awful. That's all I need to say about it. It's a terrible game.
See, we couldn't say anything because none of us have played it.
I've never even touched it.
Yeah, I've never played it. And I don't plan on it. I don't like mech games. I don't know. I'm not a fan.
If you do like mech games, there's one that's coming out called Hawken that looks amazing. So we'll check that out.
I think I've
It doesn't
heard
really
of
do
that.
All right.